Right here, Buzz TV. It's a great day for us because we caught up with Lizzy Borden. Hey, my friend, how you doing today?
I am doing amazing. Getting ready for the record release party tonight.
Yes.
And we decided to do an old school Hollywood release party because we haven't done one. And the biggest one we ever did was for Visualize at the beginning, at the bottom of the orchestra room at Capitol Records. So I thought, since I live in Vegas, let's do it here. Let's do something really cool here. So we're gonna bring the release party here.
And we're at Hard Rock Live on the Strip, so you can't have any more fun than being on the Strip.
Exactly. It had to be on the Strip. That's where one of our main things, and we wanted to bring that old school album release party, since now the album's released back on vinyl again. So it's really it's a cool thing, and to not only release, but to have a cool release party to go along with it.
And it's free to get in too. So if you were here, you had to get in, or you just missed out.
Exactly.
Now I got an advanced copy of this new CD, and I love the thing. 10 tracks. I also got the advance of the video, and the video I really love on that thing. Is that going to be the single?
The video is the first. Well, there's kind of released 3 singles so far. The first single's been the title track,
right?
Midnight Things. Second one was Long May They Haunt Us, which was the video. And then we just released one 2 days ago called The Scar Across My Heart. But the video Long May They Haunt Us is the one that's getting all the headstream right now because it's the video. First video we've done in a long time, so
it's catchy. I mean, that's that and track 10. Lost in the Shadows.
Yeah.
Those two. That's what's getting a lot of replay for me right now, but the whole CD is as well. But those two just jump out at me.
This has been the most well-received album that I've ever released from the press. It's all my albums, every one of them, even the hugely successful ones, all had mixed reviews. This one is like 99% positive. It's been amazing. I've been doing this press junket for about at least a month now, and every day, I do a ton of videos or a ton of interviews every day, and everybody has the same thing. And everyone calls out a different song too.
Oh, that's cool. That's the best thing, that everyone's loving something different.
Yeah.
So it's
really cool.
Now, are we gonna tour this? Hopefully.
We are, and I'm working on that now. I wanted the album to come out, since it's been so long since I had a release. I wanted the album to come out because I'm going to build the whole show around the My Midnight Things. The whole show is going to be based around that. So I needed the album to come out so people could get used to the songs and put them into the Lizzy Borden collection and listen to all these songs, because I'm going to be playing them live. So I wanted to wait for that instead of just jumping right on a tour. So the album gets released actually tonight, but officially tomorrow, and then we go gung ho on building the show.
Oh, that's going to be great. Now, recording this, read some stuff. You locked yourself away in North Hollywood,
yep.
My old stomping ground. So, I love that, that area in general. Did this all yourself, huh?
Yeah. Joey Scott did the drums and co-produced with me, but during the writing part of it, I was locked away by myself, and no one. There was times where I didn't see anybody for a week. And I really wanted, I heard about when David Lee Roth did Eat 'Em and Smile, they did the same thing. They kind of recorded the album in like Skid Row, and really an area when you don't even want to stick your head outside. And I really wanted that atmosphere, and I really, these songs, the lyrics that that I'm singing, I wanted that kind of isolation to come across in my voice, and it was very late at night singing most of this stuff, and I'm singing this in an isolated thing, and it was an industrial area, so it's dead silence in that area, so I wanted that isolation to come across in my voice, so it was a purposeful thing.
Now, when you finally got past the writing and started the recording, was this a simple thing, or was it something that actually took some time to knock out?
Well, I write and record at the same time quite a lot of the time. So the initial ideas are like that. And some came easier than the others. Long May They Haunt Us was a song that I wrote on a walk. I went on a walk. When I came back, the whole song was written.
Oh, very cool.
I had, and even 60% of the lyrics I had completed, which was crazy. No instruments, no nothing. And when I picked up a guitar, everything just put in, or I think I did it on piano after that. Can't remember which instrument I picked when I got home, but the whole song was just written. But other songs took a little bit of struggle and trying to find things that would be interesting, because I really wanted each section of each song to be interesting musically. I wanted all the songs to be accompaniments to the vocals, but I also wanted them individually to be interesting. So that was the part that I really worked on.
I love what you did with it, because you didn't put overproduction into it, but the production is so good. I mean, it was one of those things where I listened with headphones.
Yeah.
That's how much I liked it. To where no, I want to hear this with headphones and really enjoy it.
There's so many subtle things on this album that if you do listen with headphones, you can hear a lot of the stuff that's not, if you heard it just blasting through, you wouldn't hear all the little stuff that's in there. But there's lots of little surprises in there, but you need to really listen to it.
And guys, really do that. Take the time, and you're going to love what you find. Now, just to shift gears a little, you've been doing this for a long time, so you've seen the industry go through all sorts of weird changes. What keeps you hungry and driven?
Well, because I've been around for, this is our 35th year, so I've been around for so long that the audience has changed. It changes as I go, and that inspires me, because you get to one end of almost eras, and when that era ends, a new one starts to bud, and you keep going with that, and then it flourishes, and then another era starts. So that's kind of what's been happening, and every time a new era starts, like our last tour, we played in front of all young kids through the whole tour. It was unbelievable, and we had the same reaction we did in 1987. That same hysteria and singing along with all the songs, and that kind in every country. It wasn't just in one territory or another. It happened in every country, which was a mind blower. You wait for those times to come around, and you have to wait for it to loop around, but when it does happen, you recognize it. If you've been around long enough, you recognize it and you appreciate it, and so that's kind of what keeps me loving it, because I get a whole new fan base every generation.
Well, you really hear it in this album, because there's some artists, and I wouldn't say they phoned it in, but they've lost the fire that they had when they were kids. And you hear it in this. This isn't just let me throw 10 songs out there and slap an album together. This is something, there's a lot of love and heart in this.
Yeah, I mean, I sang my ass off on this song, trying to make sure that it was something that I could be proud of, because I can't just put out, even though it's been quite a long time since I've put out a record, if I had been putting out records during that time, who knows what the quality would have been. So I'm happy that I didn't. So I'm hoping that the next record will come pretty quickly, but this one, I'm proud of it, and I'm proud I stuck to my guns on it too, because sometimes you get pulled one way or the other, but no one heard the record, so no one could pull me in any direction.
Exactly.
So that helps. That was the other thing, yeah, because if someone came in there, I think it should be heavier, I think it should be this, I should be that, I might have gotten pull.
It'd be in your head somewhere, and exactly.
And so I didn't have any of that, which actually worked to my favor. And like I said, this has been the best reviewed album I've ever had, so it's been amazing.
Nice. Band-wise, do you have a clue who's going to be in this lineup when we go out at the moment?
Just Joey Scott on drums for sure. And at this point, as soon as the album comes out, then I said I'm going to start actively looking to find. I want the right lineup to fit, be tailor fit to this show, because this show is going to be really a different ball game than kind of what we did on the last anniversary tour and even on the Appointment with Death tour. It's going to be a little bit more of a production, so I need people who can be involved in that.
Oh, I can't wait.
Yeah.
Now, what advice might you have for the young kids? Because, as we were talking, this game has changed so much. Obviously the ones that are beyond just sitting in a garage that actually have some talent, what would you say? Would you think maybe try to do it yourself, get your own gear, try to get a deal that might not be to your advantage because record companies don't do a whole lot for you anymore?
I think the best advice is to write as many songs as you can. Just keep writing, because every time you write a better song. And then you look back at what you've written, and when you thought was good, you thought this is what we're going to come out with, this is it. And you realize, it's not even near as good as what we're doing now. So then you start dismantling those songs and making them better. So I would say, and almost all the most successful artists are the ones that actually write their own songs, are actually the ones who wrote a lot of songs. And you just got to keep writing and keep writing and keep writing. That's the biggest thing. And then if you come up with a couple of winners, that changes the game. That gets people's attention. And you also have to know it's a short attention span world. People can't get through. Wait till you get to the middle of the song, you're going to love it, because most people won't get there. You got to get there and very quickly.
Oh, it's true. I remember back in the day, it's just AR guys. If you don't hit them in the first 15, 20 seconds, they're going to the next track. Something needs to grab you versus a minute into it.
I have been on A&R sessions with different labels and sat in on them just to see what they were doing, and they allowed me to do that. And they were some of the biggest A&R guys at the time. They would have stacks and stacks of stuff on their desk, and they would put it in, and they would get maybe 10 seconds, 15 seconds, pull it out and throw it across the room and go into another one. So all these people put all their once you get to the third song, it's going to be great. They're not going to get to the third song if they can't get past the first 15 seconds. So that's another thing. You got to put your best foot forward.
There you go, guys. And he knows what he's talking about. Now with the CD, where are we going to buy this? Normal places, iTunes, CD Baby, but I want the vinyl. Where am I going to find the vinyl at?
Well, there's packages right now with the colored vinyl on there right now, and I've been around so long, but this is the very first album that I've had packages where you get the T-shirt, you get the CD, you get the vinyl, and you get the digital. All in one package. So you can get that on metalblade.com/Lizzy Borden.
We'll have links right down here, so it's real simple. Click that link, you're right there, and you'll be able to pick that up.
And if you go to Metal Blade Records, you can find your way through there too.
Very, very hip.
And then, like I said, Amazon and iTunes, and it's going to be across the nation in different stores, which is really cool because,
Well, it's nice to see your stuff in a store.
Yeah. I would love to go in a store and see my record. It's been so long since that happened, but I've seen a huge list of record stores across the country that are carrying the record, which is really cool.
Oh, very cool.
We'll be posting that on my Twitter's Real Lizzy Borden, Instagram Real Lizzy Borden, and Facebook Real Lizzy Borden. And
links will be down here for all that. So guys, click them, then put them in your phones, log them, and make sure you get alerts.
Yeah, this next coming week we'll post all the stores that are actually going to carry it, and then, like I said, you can buy it online right now.
And that's the best part because you get the package.
Yeah.
I don't know what's going to happen in the store, but you get everything.
Yeah, in the store you just buy the CD, but online you can actually buy the T-shirt and the whole thing, which is really in color. All the colored vinyl is really cool too. So that's one thing we've never had before. So it's kind of really an interesting time right now to be able to put out an album and have these really cool packages.
Well, it's nice that's coming back, and I like that. And that's you guys that did that, so you have to keep supporting that. So here's something we like to do. Being in Vegas, we came up with a fun little game, and we call this thing Roll the Bones. Once I unlock, there we go. I have a 30-sided dice here, and I have 30 pre-selected questions, and I think 4 or 5 of them actually deal with music. Up for playing around?
Let's do it.
Here's a dice. Let's find a spot. It'll work up there somewhere.
So right here?
Yeah, let's just roll it. I think that'll be fair. And 13. And the lucky number 13, what's your biggest pet peeve?
Ooh. God. First thing comes to mind is on tour where you can't sleep, where there's no sleeping, there's no time. And that's like, I'm trying to fix that. You know, I see the way the Rolling Stones tour, and I see the way I tour. It's like,
yeah, sleep's a biggie for me.
They get sleep, and I don't. And
they get naps on top of sleep. That's what they get.
So it's that last tour that we did almost killed me. It almost killed all of us. It was so vicious. We'd come out of the show after doing a signing. We'd go right to the airport, get on wait there, and then get on a plane and fly to the next country, and then go right to sound check. And it would just go on like that over and over and over again. And we did that on the whole tour, and we almost all of us just was like, oh my God. So that's probably, I don't know if it's a pet peeve, but it's definitely one of the things I want to fix.
No, that could be a good pet peeve. Sleep is important. Well, I will find that, and it is the number 4. So let's see what 4 brings me. Favorite sexual position? Oh, that's easy. I like the reverse cowgirl. So that was fun. That was easy. But the most important question of the whole interview, what might we have left out about Lizzy Borden and the new album that they need to know?
Well, I went back to the way I was thinking when I was making Visualize and Master of Disguise. Both those albums, they were different, but I had the same thought, to write songs. I didn't want to write heavy metal songs where I sang over the top of them, which has sometimes been the case. I wanted to write songs that the song was the star and the music was the accompaniment. So I went back to that way of thinking, and Visualize and Master of Disguise were beyond successful compared to all the other records. They dwarf all the other records. I mean, they're huge. So, in comparison, so I went back to my most successful way of thinking on this record, and a lot of people listen to this and think that it could be the brother of Master of Disguise, which is reasonable to me because I had the same thinking. I wanted to make a conceptual piece that all the songs work together, but I also wanted each song to stand up on their own. So if I did only release a single, any one of these songs I'd be proud of. I wouldn't say, well, you need to mix these 3 together to get one good one. If I had to release just one song, and I could pick any one of these and I'd be proud of it. So that was my thought, and that's what I was thinking back then too.
And everything's unique. It's not like you're going to put the CD in and go, well, that sounds like that. That's you know what I mean. There's so many artists that have done that, and this is not one of them. Everything is different, and it goes from driving stuff to soft stuff. There's so many things in between, and you've just have so many different musical parts, instruments, and things coming in. And again, not overproduction, but the right production to where when you have headphones on, you really hear some great stuff.
Yeah, I wanted to clear things out and make those subtle things just floating around in there. But I also didn't want it to be overpowering where it was just, there's 10 million bands out there giving you this driving, vicious music, and I'm like, go listen to all those bands and then cleanse your palate on My Midnight Things. And that's kind of the way I was thinking. I've never been one to keep up with the Joneses. I kind of do my own thing.
Well, that's how you have to be. When you're good, you do your own thing, and the Joneses are chasing, whoever. Well, in a few hours, we're going to catch up with Lizzy at the CD release party. Our buddy Jim Florentine's going to be there, so this shit's going to be off the hook. Because I have some history with Jim. Jim's a great guy, so I can't wait to be there. And then, guys, later in the year, there's a tour coming.
Exactly, My Midnight Things tour. It's going to be amazing.
So, it's hitting the U.S., going to go around the world as well?
The whole world, yeah. We're an international band. The last couple of shows we did with South Korea and Russia and South America. I mean, and of course all of Europe.
Those kids are crazy out there in South America.
They're amazing.
Brazil. I've seen the crowds in Brazil, and they are just insane.
It's amazing. It's amazing. So we're going to do a proper tour of all those territories, and I really want to do a proper tour of North America because we haven't done one in quite a long time. So that's one of my main things.
Well, we're going to catch up with that. I know you're going to institute some really fun stuff in that tour. We've been talking off camera. I'll see if you get some of that in there as well. But for myself, for Lizzy Borden, for the Hard Rock Live, and My Midnight Things, guys, that CD is in your hands. By the time you see this, you're able to get it. So jump on that stuff. But we're out of here, guys. See ya.